Ladies and gentlemen, our second catch of the night, Contingents. If you like live music, the Gulf Coast Music Listening Room event at Spring Hill College is where you should be on Saturday, September 27th at 7 p.m. For $10, come enjoy some originals and make connections with other music lovers. A listening room is a respectful environment for the sole purpose of observing great music. As of now, no alcohol or any other outside substances will be permitted. To buy pre-sale tickets, find us on Cash App at $ Gulf Coast Music and show us your receipt at the door. We'll have t-shirts. See you guys there.
I mean, I've been singing since I was 6 years old now.
Yeah.
So I'm 24.
Prodigy.
What's that?
Kid prodigy.
I guess, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have said that, but now, I mean, when I sing, and I explain this to a lot of people, it's like, in a way, I'm putting like my Superman cape on, or it's like a switch that goes on and off.
That's awesome.
You know, and so because in the music industry, a lot you hear like, oh, you always have to be like the person that you are that is on stage like 24/7, and I don't believe in that. Like I truly think singing for me is a gift from God, and like it's like a different energy. Like
Right.
I don't know how to explain it.
If you were always channeling it, you think you'd be kind of lessening it over time.
Yeah.
It out.
Yeah.
You can't drive the Lamborghini every day.
Can't drive the Lamborghini every day. There we go. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Do you think that because you've tapped into the business side of things pretty heavily?
Yes.
Was that annoying at first because, you know, maybe you were sold that you just have to be a really good singer and things will work themselves out?
Well, I'll start with how I got to the business side of things.
Yeah.
I'll start there. I started singing in middle school, and then I got into high school. And that's when I really started like gigging around the city.
In high school?
In high school.
New Orleans, man.
That's New Orleans for you. I mean, like, they let kids that are, like, 5 years old, like, come hop in and play a song with the band. It's wild. I don't think people truly understand the dynamics with that.
Come sip a Hennessy with the high note.
Yeah. It's crazy. And so, anyways, when I would tell people that I'm a singer, you know, or, like, when people ask me, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a singer.
Right.
People go, oh, like that's so cute. You want to be a singer?
Right.
Oh, and for some reason, Quincy, I'm not kidding. That part. Do you mind if I say a bad word on here? It makes me so pissed off when people say that to me,
especially in that baby tone. You know.
I don't like why. I don't know, like, do you feel sorry for me? You shouldn't be, because it's rough. I don't want to say rough, but like it's
I'll
a
go
tough.
back in black on your ass right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a tough job.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, especially when you're an independent artist, and like now we have more independent artists before because the access of getting yourself out there is so much easier. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna be as knowledgeable as I can on the business side, so people do not screw me over with that.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Marigny.
Hey. What's going on, guys?
I'm assuming the last name is Hemenway.
Hemenway,
yes.
But it's not like the author.
Right.
It's everyone gets that mixed up.
Right.
Marigny Hemenway.
Right.
I'm like, no. But then sometimes if I like really want to play around, I go, yeah, I am related to Ernest Hemingway.
Right.
I get 10% of his earnings every month. People go, what? But it's not true. So
10%'s a lot.
Yeah, especially for him.
A lot for a typo.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
But yeah, I think that's a good transition from the intro of getting into the business. So I was going to say, I think it might be a little cliche, or it's from the other interviews and stuff, like Megan Thee Stallion said the same thing, and it's a popular thing in music nowadays, especially. Everybody's, I'm gonna learn everything so that when that paper comes, I'm ready for it. What do you think your understanding or transition into that role has made it unique that you actually do understand it? And have you just spent more time studying something?
Well, I went to Berklee College of Music to get a degree in music business and management.
Right.
It's like the number one school in the world
That's awesome.
to do that. And so, but even though I did that program, a lot of it was on the ground experience, being hands on. And so, I think that gave me a lot of confidence to continue on the business route, and
Sure.
even like for my like singing career too. Like there have been a bunch of projects I've been on and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to screw up like that, and you just like the more projects you do,
What do you
excuse
mean
me,
by projects?
like working a music festival or like working to promote an album.
Right.
So like,
Are those the typical roles that you've been into? Is like the music project manager or coordinator?
so mainly with projects like that, I do like their PR.
Got it.
So like I get in contact with for example, like, hey, like this artist that is trying to release their album, they want to promote on a podcast. So I would find different podcasts that would work for
Right.
that genre.
And do you work for a record label or?
No, I have my own business now.
But in the past, did you?
I did. I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very small boutique record label
Gotcha.
in New Orleans. But I mainly have done music festivals.
So would you say that in learning how to do the business side of things, you said, hey, I want to join your record label, work on the PR team, and get the hands-on approach? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I can't tell you how many internships and volunteer hours I have done.
Yeah.
I've done a lot. Let's just say that. And I think I get a lot of DMs on Instagram like, hey, so how do you get into the music industry?
Yeah.
That's the number one question that I get. And number one, people don't understand how long I've been in the music industry for, even at my age. But I don't think they understand that you got to work your way up.
Yeah.
It's an industry where you work your way up. You can't just say, you know what? I'm going to be a publicist today. It's not how it works. You got to make meaningful connections and network all the time. And
Right.
you got to, I hate to say it, but you got to start, working in the dirt first. You really do.
Yeah. People don't want to accept that.
And people don't want to accept that. That's right. They don't.
You're like the David Goggins of the marketing. You know who David Goggins is?
I wish I did. Who's David
David Goggins is this former military guy that he's like really popular amongst macho men. But his
Wait, that does sound familiar.
Right.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I do know him.
And he's like he's on podcasts and he's like, people don't want to accept the fact that you got to get up at 4 a.m. and do all this crap, And I think it's definitely pertinent in any industry of you have to go through the Shawshank Redemption tunnel to get to the end of it,
No, you really do. You really do.
Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune, one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore.
My God, do you know Tipitinas?
In New Orleans? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you're from New Orleans, so of course. Anyways, so I started out being an intern at Tipitinas when I was 14 years old.
How'd you get that?
So there was a program called the Tipitinas Youth Music Workshops, and they had it every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I would go every Sunday. That was literally like my life in high school. I'm not kidding you. Like, I may be like backtracking, but
that's good. That's good.
I started out in high school doing all these like music workshop camps and like after school music programs. And literally I would get off of school and go immediately to one of those programs until like 7:00 at night.
Everything was just music based.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so I did that. I did stuff at the Jazz and Heritage of people that do Jazz Fest.
Right. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. I mean, that was, if people in high school looked at me like I was like a weirdo. Like, I would like.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, that's right. You're so right about that. No, but in high school, they would be like, I would, post on Instagram, hey, I'm performing at Jazz Fest today. It'd be on a Friday, but I still had to go to school. And we would have like a 3:00 show. And I would try to do school until we had to go to be at our stage. And they would call me and people would be like, oh my God, like what's wrong with her?
Right.
Like that's so weird.
Right. But the football team gets to leave early, for their
But
Friday night.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader in high school though. So like that gave me some points.
What was tougher, being a cheerleader for football games or singing on top of a dugout at a rugby game?
Singing on top of a dugout at a rugby game for sure with fire. That I always did you see that video?
I didn't see the fire.
Oh shoot, Quincy, we performed with live fire. I have a story.
That's a circus act.
Yes, it was. We didn't even have rehearsal with it, so
Well,
it was insane. So I mean, like we were so the story goes, I get a call the night before, and he's like, "Is this Marigny Hemenway?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is she. How can I help you?" He's like, "Well, my name's so and so, and I'm the pyrotechnic guy for the game tomorrow, and I just wanted to let you know there's going to be a lot of fire at your show." And I said, "A lot of fire?" And in the music industry, it's another thing too. You got to roll with the punches.
Oh, I thought you meant like fire had a different meaning.
What do you mean?
Like in the music industry, it's like, oh, yeah, it'll be fire for sure,
Yeah, I mean,
And then it turns out to be actual fire.
no, I knew what he meant, but like I was like, okay, I guess that's cool, and I have a lot of wild stories, let's just say that, being in the music industry, but I mean, he was like,
A lot of wildfires.
yeah, a lot of fires I had to put out too. But anyways, he was like, I just want to let you know, don't wear a lot of hairspray because I don't want you to become flammable. And I said, oh, that's lovely. That's good to know. I don't want to like burst into flames. And so
Don't put gasoline in your hair.
yeah, no. And so we were on the dugout performing, and I would just feel this wave of heat go up my body. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was like Guitar Hero, but real life.
Yeah. No, for real. And then we had to worry about the fire, and it was really close too. And then we had to worry about not falling.
Yeah, that's the biggest part. I didn't know about the fire, but like
Off of the dugout.
First glance, it's like, performing, and then, do you ever feel, and then you just fall off.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, and with my drummer, he, do you know the Neville brothers?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his dad is in the
Baby,
Neville.
you're a fire. I just had to finish that joke. Sorry.
Oh, Katy Perry?
Yeah, because I didn't realize that it was the same song as,
It's a good song.
the firework.
Gotta love some Katy Perry. But
Middle school.
my drummer, his dad is in the Neville Brothers, and so he's a very professional drummer. Like, he's done everything, but he's never performed in front of a dugout. And so, or on top of the dugout, not in front. We were on top of a dugout. Yeah. And so, he really gets into it when he plays. And so we were rehearsing, and he almost falls off of the dugout. And so,
One of the Neville brothers?
no, his son.
Oh, gotcha.
His son. And he's really getting into it. And he's like, whoa. And
Almost
so,
lost a nephew.
yeah. And so, from there, his drum assistant, he has an assistant to help him like set things
drum
up.
caddy?
Yeah, like a drum caddy. Isn't that pretty sick? It's awesome. And he's like, we gotta go to like Home Depot or something. So right around a corner there was a Home Depot, and I'm not kidding you, they got a rope to wrap around his waist and wrap the drum kit on top of one of the stadium seats. I'm not kidding. And anything we had to do, because it was nationally televised too on TV.
Yeah, but this is, what was that? What year was that? I mean,
This was this year.
Yeah, 21st century. What are we still doing acting like we're in the 1800s?
I know. And so, but we had to do what we had to do so no one got seriously injured falling off of a 12-foot dugout.
Right.
So
Y'all were tougher than the rugby players that day.
we were.
Yeah.
We were. You could say that again. And then when we did the promo, I asked them, hey, maybe we can get like a few of the rugby players to like be part of the promo.
I ain't about that life.
They were though. Do you know what they did? I went there and we took pictures and stuff, and they're like, so we're gonna do a line out with you.
Oh, that's
And-
the lift up thing?
Yeah, and so these are big, really good looking men, and like, yeah, and so they're like, we're gonna like,
Break me on that one.
they're like, we're gonna put you up in the air. Don't freak out. We got you. And I was a cheerleader, so I have experience.
Yeah.
Like being put up in the air. I was like,
Gotcha.
I'm like, okay, I'm good. I got this. And so they just grabbed my legs and they went like way up in the sky with me, and I, caught a ball, and like it's part of like their like commercial that they did on social media, and I was like, this is sick, but like you could feel like with their grip, like if they really wanted to, they could just throw me right on the other side of the pitch. Pitch is like field to them in
Right.
rugby language.
Right.
And so I was like, oh man, that was a wild time, but it was so great
Yeah.
working. I mean, Nola Gold Rugby, unfortunately, they're not in existence anymore. Did you hear about that?
It's been a year. It's been less than a year.
I know.
How'd that happen?
You asked them. I don't know. So, yeah.
Were you the last promo?
I don't know. I mean, hey, we went out with a bang, right? Fire and everything.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, unfortunately, they're not in existence anymore. But overall, it was great. It was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good story.
Yeah.
So yes, let's see. How can we bridge off of that? What's it like being a Grammy U ambassador?
Well, I did it for 1 year. It's a 1-year ambassadorship program. And I always say, since I am on the business side as a musician, I always feel like I'm obligated to be the voice for musicians. Because I'm surrounded by people that are not musicians that work in the music industry,
Right.
and they don't understand what it's like to be a musician. But I
Right.
do. I know how to, like, I know the lifestyle, and I always feel like I have to be an advocate for them.
Do you find it tough ever? You mentioned like switching on and off between being a musician and just a regular person, but switching between musician and business person, because I feel like in music and in any art, you have to kind of really express yourself. And in business, it's a lot of poker face.
Yes. To answer your question, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now it just comes so naturally to me,
Yeah.
that like the business part of me. But I do find there are still times with people, because a lot of people met me when I was just only singing and I didn't get into the business side of things. And they still look at me as a singer,
Right.
and they don't think I know what I'm talking about.
And how do you prove yourself?
Just by my actions. Actions speak louder than words,
Right.
you know?
But
And
do you kind of like assert your knowledge on panels or?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or podcasts. Like
Right.
I get invited to do podcasts, and I just recently was on a panel last week.
Right.
2
Yeah,
panels.
I saw that.
Yeah, for a conference called Cutting Edge
Mm-hmm.
Music Business.
Was that in New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that premise about?
So the 2 panels I was on, the first one was about social media, like artist development and social media.
Mm-hmm.
So how an artist, if you're independent, because see, if you're independent, I have to emphasize, you have no team like a record label to like help you out.
Yeah.
You have to do it all by yourself. And it's hard when you're trying to record or rehearse
Oh,
or
that's impossible.
to write new music.
It's impossible.
And so luckily now there are tools that you can use
Right.
to schedule out content, you
Right.
know?
For
And so
sure.
I use it for myself too, as this with like my music and stuff. And so and a lot of people don't know that. And so that's what we mainly talked about on that panel. And so the second panel I was on was all about like after school music programs, how we really need to still have that in New Orleans, because unfortunately after COVID,
Were you kind of like in the City Park area for the after school, like when you were doing it back in the day? Was it in City Park or was it in a different part of town?
it was so I did it at Tipitina's.
Right.
I did it at
But like the music kind of workshops that you mentioned, like maybe not workshops, but the thing that you did besides Tipitina's.
the Jazz and Heritage. Like
I don't know. I could have sworn you mentioned like music camps.
yeah, like they had it at Tipitina's, and they had it
Okay.
at the Jazz and Heritage Foundation building on Rampart.
Gotcha.
So I live right by City Park though.
Yeah.
I could walk there if I wanted to.
It's a good spot to walk.
I can like make my own music camp there.
Yeah.
You know? So
Jam
but
for some
it's just
alligators.
what's that?
Jam for some alligators.
Yeah, and then run away when they try to like eat you. No, I mean, New Orleans, I always say with our music industry, and people can fight me on it all they want or have a debate, out of New York, Miami, any big music city versus us, we are a very, very culturally diverse music industry. Like our music industry is based off of history and culture.
Right.
And it's not like that anywhere else. And so because of that, we have to continue teaching that to the next generation. And so we had a panel about that. So that's
Okay,
what we
gotcha.
talked about.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And were there actions that you guys are going to take to continue teaching?
Well, the problem is that the funding is low.
Right.
I don't want to get political on your podcast, but I mean,
sure.
a lot of things have been defunded
Right.
with the arts.
Yeah.
And so,
She's out of office now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, and so that is where a lot of the funding has to be privately like donated.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, and it's just sad, you know, and it's a lot of work on like the development teams now, trying to figure out how do we get funding because we just lost a lot of federal art grants.
Gotcha.
And so, even with I'm not going to name the foundation I worked for, but they lost all their funding because it was based on federal grants. And I thank God my contract ended before they ended. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that is going regarding like after school music programs, because that's all nonprofit.
Right.
So I don't know. They're trying their best though.
For sure. For sure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home.
Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof. Hey fighters, listen up. Are you tired of feeling like your conditioning holds you back in competition? It's time to bridge the gap between theory and real performance. At Dexter's Fitness Center, we're launching a combat sports strength and conditioning program designed for boxers, kickboxers, MMA fighters, and combat athletes who want to get faster, stronger, and more flexible while building the endurance to go the distance. No more outdated workouts, no more burnout. This program is built to enhance your skill work, prevent injuries, and maximize your potential without wasting your time or overwhelming your body. Training starts August 12th at Dexter's Fitness Center, 1900 Government Street, Mobile, Alabama. Sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. If you're ready to step into every fight confident, prepared, and in peak condition, call 251-709-2654 or email contact@dextersfitnesscenter.com today. Let's build the fighter you're meant to be. Now, I really liked how you emphasized both the after-school programs, developing through that and meeting the right people, and then also learning the right things through the internships. Also, the emphasis on the culture of New Orleans being so unique with music and any art.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because I kind of hinted at that earlier, of the way you were performing the open mic, and in any videos that I'll see that you perform around town in New Orleans, it's like, do you find it's a different level of understanding? And I kind of talked to Alfred Banks about this as well. Was like, it's maybe it's like deeper than a job, and it's like you kind of tap into a different mindset. Do you see what I'm getting at? Yeah, like performing in front of a room in New Orleans as the performers, it just it's like you can kind of tell that they're on a different wavelength.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, I can now, as a singer, like I've performed with people from all over the world.
Right.
I could tell if a rhythm section is not from New Orleans if I were blindfolded.
I'm really glad you bailed me out on that.
Yeah, no, I really can't. I mean, I hope I'm answering your question right with this.
Whatever that scramble was, you did a good job.
Okay, cool, thanks. But yeah, I mean, it's just the way that we are taught to play is just differently. It's more, it's soulful.
Yeah.
You got to do it from the soul.
Right.
That's why, like, I started out singing classical music. I used to do like opera.
Right.
And all that crap. And so I didn't feel that was me because I was just following what was on the piece of paper.
Right.
And when I sing now, it's like a very spiritual, euphoric experience. And we're taught to play from the heart, from the soul.
Do you remember when it became spiritual and euphoric?
Probably when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even now more than ever before, because like when I sing, like I've been through so many different experiences that I could use those emotions I felt from those experiences into when I'm singing.
Yeah.
Like there was, I did a gig, I did a gig like 2 months ago, and there's a song called Save Your Love for Me. And I had a little bit of a romantic issue going on. Let's just say that. And at the end of that song, I just started crying. And I've never done that before, but like I just think it's just like growing up. Right. I wasn't bawling my eyes out, but like I just felt like tears going down my face. But like also it's confidence too.
Yeah.
Like once like you feel confident on stage, like
Right.
that brings it to a whole nother level
Yeah.
as well. But I just let my body, it's kind of like an athlete. I always say musicians are like athletes. You have to let your body take control. You know, you got to trust what you have inside of you to just
Dial in that diaphragm.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool beating somebody like you that's gone through the music camps, and I feel like those kids were kind of mythic growing up. Like,
Yeah, we're the weirdos.
not weirdos, it's just like retrospectively, man, I wish I could have learned an instrument, and were kids actually doing that, and then you find out about the music camps afterwards, and did it feel like a cult through those camps? Like you met the same kids every summer, or what was it like?
You know, now that you mentioned it, yeah. Yeah, kind of like a cult.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, but you know, it's weird, and it's goes with like the power of networking and why I think those programs are so important to have to this day, because I'm not kidding you. The same kids that I don't want to say kids because we're all adults now, but the same people I met 10 years ago are the same people I play with to this day.
Right.
You know?
No, seriously, it's kid prodigies. It's, like AAU basketball brings
Kid prodigy cult.
Yeah.
I'm just messing.
Like little league baseball players go to the MLB. It's fascinating to see how that transforms into music. Like you said, the 10-year-olds that you were learning instruments with, now y'all are running Jazz Fest. The music.
Yeah, it's wild.
Music mafia.
Yeah, don't mess with us.
Speaking of Jazz Fest, performing at Jazz Fest. Tell me about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's my Jazz Fest is my favorite time of year in New Orleans. That whole stretch from like Mardi Gras to Jazz Fest is my all-time favorite season in New Orleans. I mean, the weather's good.
Yeah.
The weather, like the food is great. Like a lot of crawfish season.
Yeah.
Come on. If you don't like crawfish,
I love crawfish.
you got some problems. How's it here in Mobile? It's okay.
It's transported.
Oh no,
from Louisiana.
Yeah. But I mean, performing at Jazz Fest, everyone's just so happy to be there. The music is killer. And then I've assisted with Jazz Fest as well in their media tent, and so I love it. I tell anyone if they want to come visit New Orleans and they want to do a long stretch, come for Mardi Gras season to Jazz Fest season, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
So
For real.
love it.
That's a good way to put it. What was your favorite Jazz Fest year? Any particular Jazz Fest that stick out?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my God.
Have you ever missed a Jazz Fest?
Yes. Yeah. I actually missed a Jazz Fest 2 years ago, and I was really disappointed.
We all have our stripes.
Yeah, I had complete FOMO. I was like, I felt so horrible, but like at the time, so I've worked French Quarter Fest where we bring in 1 million people in one weekend. And yeah, and so I was working that, and then I was working.
What do you mean by working?
I was their media coordinator.
Okay.
So
you're media for.
Yeah, that's my main deal. Anytime I've never done operations or production. That's my deal. It's like marketing and media for music festivals. And then my main festival that I work for to this day is a festival called Wednesdays at the Square. And it's literally a 10-week music festival in the center of the CBD. And so from there...
And it's just always on Wednesdays?
Always on Wednesdays from 5 to 8. Gotcha. And we literally put up a big stage and have food tents and everything.
Yeah.
It's a fundraiser for a nonprofit called Young Leadership Council.
Gotcha.
And so we all come together, and we're all under 40. You cannot work it unless you're under 40. And
they don't trust dementia, or what?
They don't trust dementia. No, I mean, I guess that's just the rules. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it's so everyone's like young And so we all work it, and we literally put put a stage up, get some great killer bands, and put it down and do it all again the next week. And we have like 10,000 people come out every week. It's wild. And for the second year in a row, yeah. And for the second year in a row, we won Best Outdoor Concert Series in the United States by USA Today.
USA Today.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's a lot of work. So with doing Wednesdays at the Square and French Quarter Fest, and also I was finishing up college, I said no Jazz Fest. My social battery is at an all-time low because you're talking to so many people.
Right. Like you can't go to Jazz Fest without seeing 50 people.
Yeah. Like, especially like being in the music industry.
Right.
And that's when a lot of people come in, like for the Grammys, like we have our block party for all the members in the Memphis chapter during Jazz Fest. They all fly in, and
For the Grammys. Why is that?
Why?
Yeah, the Grammys aren't in New Orleans.
Well, we have our chapter. So the Recording Academy across the country is divided by different chapters. So we have 12 chapters in the Recording Academy.
Gosh, and the Recording Academy is represented by like what institution is recording?
The Recording Academy of Arts and Sciences.
And across America. I think, wow.
Yeah. So this is going to be a lot, but we have a Memphis chapter, Atlanta, Florida, Texas, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Northwest chapter.
They just say fuck Wyoming.
And then they have Chicago, Washington D.C., New York. I want to say there's a Detroit chapter, but that's how the Recording Academy. There's one in St. Louis, Missouri. But we're all evened out.
Gotcha.
And we're really wanting to have a New Orleans chapter, but
yeah, I was gonna say, how do you not have a New Orleans?
Yeah, I know. So New Orleans reports to Memphis. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know what that all means. So not my circus, not my monkeys. But every year they all come down for Jazz Fest in our Memphis chapter.
Okay.
For our block party. So
and the Grammys and Jazz Fest at the same time.
No, so the Grammys, they're in January.
Okay.
Jazz Fest is in April.
Okay. So then they come for Grammys and for Jazz Fest? Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are those guys cool from Memphis?
Yeah. Yeah, they're all great. I really do love the people that are in the Recording Academy. I really do. They're the.
Is it just like a fraternity, or like what is it?
I wish I could say it was like a fraternity, but it's not.
Music Greek life?
It's just I guess music Greek life. You can put it that way. No, I mean the Recording Academy, I mean you meet so many great people literally from all over the world. The Recording Academy even has a Latin Recording Academy. So for Spanish music only.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And so but if you're like from a country that, let's say Germany for example, like they don't have a Recording Academy over there. It's called something else, but you could still join depending on what chapter you mainly work in. Like if you record a lot in New York, because it's like a networking organization technically. But like if you record in New York, like you should get a membership in New York and the New York chapter.
Yes.
So like for me, like I work mainly in New Orleans, and so I'm gonna get a membership in Memphis.
Right.
So, but you could still like go to Texas. Let's say if I wanted to go to Austin, I think Austin has their own chapter too, or I don't know how that works. But anyways,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you could go to Texas and still be a part of the Recording Academy.
Yeah.
So
get in and on the Recording Academy parties because you got the
they're fun.
handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard people from New Orleans suggest that the music scene is different because of the crime rate and the kind of violence that exists in New Orleans. That people have a lot of talent, but their first instinct is to survive, and their second instinct is to make music. You know, whereas in other cities, it's like I can go to the studio today. You know, I'm not really worried. But in New Orleans, it's like you kind of have a survival instinct that overwhelms that. Have you noticed anything like that in New Orleans, where people are inhibited because of the crime scene?
I wouldn't say by the crime scene, but I would say like due to socioeconomic reasons.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately is partnered with the crime issue that you have in the city. Yeah, I do think in New Orleans, trying to see how I should answer this. In New Orleans, like depending on what area you're from, really does make an impact on how you're going to live
Yeah.
and work. And so like I'm from Lakeview,
Right.
you know, and so I'm very fortunate that I come from an area that is safe. Like we pay extra to have extra police protection. So I'm not really around like crime issues and stuff like that or poverty, but they're like areas
The
like
potholes help with acoustics too.
Yeah, exactly. And also having to pay almost like $500 for new tires every time they pop. With New Orleans also, we are a very politically corrupted city.
Right.
I hate to say that, especially with my line of work that I do, but we are. And so politics, if you're in politics, you get things done, whether they're good or bad.
Right.
And so, like, for example, down the road, we live by someone that's on the city council. And so our roads are so bad in not New Orleans. Well, they are New Orleans, but specifically in my neighborhood, they're terrible. And so all of us, you can ask any of my neighbors, we all have tires pop hitting a pothole.
Oh.
It's horrible. And so from there, one day, the council member, his tire popped. So you know what happened? So
somebody just popped it in the middle of the night just to send a message, probably.
No, well, I mean, like he was driving and like the tire just popped, and so
You had a sniper in the trees.
If that really happened, I would not be surprised. Only in New Orleans, like for real. Anyways, he said, "Oh, I'm so sick and tired of this," and he went to the city council and he was like, "I want my street fixed now."
Let's go.
And so they said, "Okay, fine, we'll fix your street.
Yeah.
We'll fix it."
Everybody's got Popeyes that night.
But and so they fixed our street. But the cross street, they did not fix. Why? Because he did not live on the cross street.
Yeah.
He lived on, I'm not going to say my address, but he lived on the other cross street.
Yeah.
And so our street is smooth as butter, right? But the other cross street, it's like you're on Mars. It's
On
like
Mars. Yeah, I was going to say that.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, your car spells out jambalaya.
Yeah. And so, yeah, man, I don't know. It's definitely different in New Orleans with the music industry now more than ever before, and I think it always comes down to politics. It really does, and I hate to say that, but it's true.
Right.
It's true. So.
You've got a great EPK set up.
Thank you.
Did you teach yourself that? Did somebody give you advice on that?
So my instructors at Berkeley did.
Gotcha.
I had no idea what an EPK was until I went to Berkeley.
Right.
And so an EPK, for the listeners, is an electronic press kit, or they call it a media kit. Some people call it a media kit. But basically, it is all your videos, a bio about yourself and pictures to send off to different venues to book gigs or to do appearances.
Right.
And so before I learned about an EPK, I would just send like videos of me singing to different venues, and I never heard back. And I'm like, wow, well, I wonder why I'm not getting like
Right.
heard back. But then like,
It's just like a shower video.
yeah. Or like just videos of me singing like at different like at Tipitina's. Like I was like, of course a video from Tipitina's will get me a gig at a bar
Right.
like uptown, right?
Right.
No, not gonna happen. And so but then I started making an EPK and
Yeah.
things started popping up for me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I'm kind of shocked you brought up the EPK because I'm actually working on a rebranding right now. And so I'm making a new EPK.
Got it.
So that's very important. If anyone's listening right now,
Yeah.
they have to.
Hemenway relation.
Hemenway, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Not yet. But I do review EPKs though.
It's
like
a resume.
technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as a publicist, I am the protector of the brand. So sometimes I actually
Damn, that's a
just
cool way to put it. Yeah.
like I get emails from people, hey Marigny, because I also do consulting, like,
Right.
can you look at my EPK? Like, is this matching with my brand?
Yeah.
And I even do that for myself. Like friends that I have that are publicists as well, like, hey, like, what do you think about my EPK?
Yeah.
You know, before I send it out to someone.
Marigny's the first line of defense. You better watch out.
That's right. Boom. You know? So no, I really am. And then but I don't deal with the legal shit. I don't deal with that.
What do you mean?
So like with publicists, like let's say if I had a client that went to jail
Oh,
for
file
For-
13.
what's that?
File 13. That means you throw it in the trash.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Pretty much or I say no comment, I give that to an attorney.
Yeah.
Cuz there was a time where I had someone that went to jail for drug possession and I'm like, "Oh, that's your attorney's job.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you that or give them that job cuz I don't know how to deal with this right now." So
Gotcha. What were they asking from you?
just to like put a statement out to the media.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not your. Yeah.
But a lot of people think publicists do that,
Right.
you know.
I think some of them do. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do. I'm like, I'm not ready for that right now. I just started, you know. So yeah, no.
Yeah, I was a bridge from that. It was easy to research you. You do a great job of documenting events, and on the way out, it was like second nature to hit up Mason, get a picture. It's
Oh yeah.
what are the tips and techniques for making sure people know where you were?
I mean, just put yourself out there. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to post a picture of yourself. Like once we're done, I'm gonna go on my story and post that picture of us and
Yeah.
tag you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. I mean, it's so easy now to do, and it doesn't have to be so. I spoke about this on the panel I was on last week. It doesn't have to be so technical. People don't now, like in today's world, people don't want technical stuff. Like,
They just want simplicity, you think?
yeah,
Yeah.
because the world is hard enough as it is. Like I always say, especially for social media, like people want like a personal connection with you, especially when you're an artist. That's like how you can really grab people.
Right.
And so whatever you think would be a personal connection to your fans, go for it. Post it. And also too, like, since I work technically for a venue when I work music festivals, like we want to see the consistency. Even if you don't get like a lot of views, like we want to see like, what are they doing? Are they active? Oh, are they just like laying like in their bed all day long and like not doing nothing? Like for me, like on my social media content, I try to post about like what I'm doing with singing, like gigs that are coming up,
Red dress running.
red dress running. Yeah, like also like my personal life too, because I want to make sure, because people think with me, they meet me like, even like when it comes like dating or stuff like that, I hate to bring this up. They see me like, oh, she's just like a normal like young girl in her 20s, and they see what I do. Like, I go to the Grammys. Like, I work with, or I did work with the French president and his, like, delegation for arts and culture. And it, like, blows people's minds. Hey, she's performing with live fire.
Right.
And, like, it really trips people off, I think. And so I always try, like, on my feed to, like, put out, like, hey, I'm a normal person, too. This is, like, not always my life. Hey, I like to go to the red dress run with my friends, you know?
Right.
Or, hey, I like to go out
Drink
to
smoothies.
and get a smoothie.
Yeah.
Something basic like that, you know? And I really do think posting stuff like that can create like a genuine connection with someone.
Right.
You know, instead of like looking at my feed. Like if I only posted like stuff with me in music, I think people would be like, "Oh wow, like I don't know how I can connect with her."
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so and I think with like dating and stuff like that, and like with men, I asked my dad, you know, like, what do you think it is with me? You know, because he's a guy, you know, and he's like, Marigny, I just think you're a very intimidating person.
Right.
With what you do. Like, you have so much ambition, and like you're outgoing with and confident with like what you do in the music industry. And like, I think guys don't know how to handle you because of that. And
Right, because the guys haven't been to Mars or France or the Grammys.
yeah, and like they don't know how to. They may get intimidated by that. Like,
Yeah.
how can I bring this girl on a date when she's going to the Grammys or she's going and living in Paris? You know, like they don't know. You know, and I don't blame them. And then like, because I'm like how I am right now, like, hey, what's going on? It's me, Marigny, you know? And then I'm like, hell yeah, I'm singing on top of a dugout at a rugby game, you know?
Right.
They don't know. And so
Yeah,
that's
it's
why,
unprecedented.
yeah, for real. And so that's why I'm always trying to make a one-on-one connection with people.
Yeah.
And I love doing that. I really love to meet people
Right.
and like
Break that.
break that barrier, you know? Like, because I always say, no matter if you're from China and I'm from the United States, like there's got to be something that we can relate on.
Sushi.
Sushi or like, you know, like, oh, you like to watch movies? Well, me too.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a big moviegoer, but like, I'm just saying, you know, and for an
Hello
example, what's that?
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Is that Chinese?
I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. It's Asia. It's yeah.
Right.
Anyways, you get the picture. Do you get the picture?
Right. I get the
Okay, cool.
France.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? You can't just slide that in. That was crazy.
I know, I was really random. I'm so sorry.
Casually met the French president. What's the French president like?
Yeah, you know, I even asked myself, I said, Jesus Christ, how did I get here?
Right.
With working with French people. It's wild. Anyways, so I was working at this place. We have a jazz museum in New Orleans. So we have the New Orleans Jazz Museum.
Right.
And
And Napoleon Street.
pardon?
Napoleon Street Boulevard.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have a lot of French, what's the right word? Help me out here.
Culture.
We have a lot of French culture, and, like, everything in New Orleans is very French-based. And so, obviously, we have a French connection, a connection with France. And so, we started working with the French government.
Right.
And so, in different festivals that they have in France. And so the French president and his arts and culture delegation were coming to New Orleans.
Oh, he met you halfway.
He met me halfway. He was very nice to do so. And so, from there, we knew that the delegation was going to come to the museum,
Right.
but we had no idea if he was as well. No idea. So, when I was working at the Jazz Museum, I did their media. So I was their PR rep for them. And so anything regarding that, I always had to be at big events if we were associated in some way. I was your spokesperson. And so the French president was going to start his tour in Jackson Square, New Orleans, and in the middle of French Quarter. And I knew a lot of people in the media that could help me get in. And I said to my coworkers, I said, I'm going to meet this man.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm going to meet him. Yeah. And they're like, Marigny.
And take a picture.
And they said, Marigny, don't give your hopes up. You probably won't. And I said, come hell or high water, I'm going to meet him.
I'm gonna find a Hemenway.
What's that?
I'm gonna find a Hemenway.
Yeah. And so, I was like, I will meet this man. So we had to go through 3 checkpoints because it was heavily guarded with Secret Service, French Secret Service. They had dogs. I had to get sniffed by a dog and pat down. Not really pat down, but they wanted to see if I had any bombs on me. Because I could be a sicko and be like, screw you, Macron, and boom, blow up the place. Because there were a lot of political tension at the time too. Yeah. And so
dropping bombs as a publicist and as a regular person.
Yes. And so so we get to Jackson Square and they have the press pool. And so that's where all the media goes, and you have to stay in this barricaded place. We could not have food or water, and we just sat there for hours.
Raw dog the press pool?
Raw dog the press pool, just...
Right, that's a thing where it's you get on a plane for 20 hours and you don't sleep, drink, watch anything, you just raw dog.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm sorry I'm not
Yeah, no, that had a different connotation.
Yeah, I was like, what does that mean? Anyway, so we sat there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then here comes all these black SUVs with bulletproof windows, and he comes out.
Yeah.
And people start freaking out on everything. And so I was like, this is my opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, oh my gosh, they had his own French media team come out, and they're really rough people.
Yeah.
When it comes to media, the Europeans are known for being very what's the right word? Rough when it comes to invasive. That's the right word I want to use.
Yeah.
They're very invasive.
Yeah.
Paparazzi, they're nuts over there. And so they start jumping over the barricade. And I'm like, I'm going to stay right here. Because they were trying to get in his face, trying to take his picture. And I'm like, I'm going to stay right here. He's going to walk by me, I'm telling you. And he did. And I always show this picture.
Were you nervous?
No. And I said...
I was stuttering when I met Real Boston Richie.
No, I mean, I was like... I didn't want him to think I was some stupid American girl, because a lot of French people think we're stupid.
Started speaking French?
Yeah, I said, Mr. President! Bonjour! Bonjour, Mr. President! And he went, bonjour. And I shook his hand, and I met his wife, Brigitte.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, too. Where is his picture so I can get your reaction on here? That's me.
That's fire.
Isn't that crazy?
That's really fire. Damn, that's just out in the open, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bold man.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It was insane. And then here's his delegation. Those are all very famous French people in arts and culture.
Nice.
Yeah. It was wild.
Damn.
So then
How many
from
business
there...
cards did you bring with you that day?
Pardon?
How many business cards?
None at all, because we could not have anything on hand. The Secret Service said you can.
Shit. Excuse my French.
And so that was a good one. No, but I from there I started working with a lot of French people.
Yeah.
And so I moved to Paris for a month, couple weeks. Lived over there.
Hit up those connections.
Unfortunately, no.
Right.
because I didn't have the business cards, you know.
I'm
So
sure there's a French LinkedIn or something.
they do have LinkedIn. I actually friended a few though, because I did find their names.
Yeah.
I did find a few of them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And like follow them on social media, but I didn't get a follow back because I guess I'm just not that popular. But you know how it is. So
How the French biscuit rolls.
yeah,
How long is the Berkeley music program?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you think it's essential to go through that process?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean I learned a lot of great things, how to write contracts.
Yeah.
What else? Learning how to do an EPK.
Right.
You know, learning how other music industries work around the world. They have a great international music marketing program. But I always say, even if you have the degree, that's great. That's awesome. You got to get the experience first.
Absolutely.
It goes back to the whole in meeting people too.
Right.
Because I'll never forget, I was talking to this music producer and I told him that I was going to Berkeley and he laughed at me.
Because he didn't think it was necessary.
He was like, "Oh, you go to Berkeley?" And he laughed at me.
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah."
New Orleans doesn't give a fuck.
And so, well, he was from LA and he's like, "Well, there's a guy that I know from Capitol Records that cleans toilets and he went to Berkeley for music production."
Right.
But what he was trying to say is that even if you have a degree from Berkeley, and a lot of people from Berkeley, like they act like they're hot shit. Oh, I went to Berkeley and stuff like that. Okay, that's cool. But you got to meet people too.
Right.
You know, you got to use the connections from meeting people at Berkeley into your career.
Right.
You know, people don't know how to do that. That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
You know? And so,
Was LA awesome?
was LA awesome? I love LA.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live there. If I had to live in any other music city in the United States, probably either New York or Austin.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard great things about Austin.
Austin's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool. Well, what is your future plans with music?
It's a good question. So now, since I opened up my own business,
Hell yeah.
I am remote. I'm mainly at home.
That's awesome.
You know, so any of my clients, I have clients in New York, LA, Colorado, and then New Orleans, of course.
Right.
I can work anywhere. If
Tell
I
me
want,
about that day to day. What's that like?
I mean, it works out very well for me because sometimes I like gig late at night, and so I need sleep. I don't know about you, but I need sleep.
Man, I've been losing a lot of sleep.
That's not good. You need sleep, Quincy.
Yeah,
you need to go to bed.
I've been going to bed.
Take some naps throughout the day.
Can't.
Can?
Can't.
We'll learn. Anyway, so I need sleep after I do gigs.
Yeah.
And so
Do you find it's tougher to sleep after you did like singing? Like I won't do anything music related within 2 hours before going to bed, you know?
I mean, for me,
It just excites.
it's physically exerting. It's like my workout.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the singer, and you saw videos of me singing. I'm not the singer where I'm like on stage singing like this all the time, and
Yeah.
I'm with my guitar. I love to perform.
Right.
I say I'm a better performer than a singer.
You like to move it, move it.
I like to move it. That's right. And so I love to really give a show. And so I
Gotta give a show for people to give a shit about you.
yeah, for real. No, you're so true about that. And so I like to make my mark, and you have to put a lot of energy behind that. And so after that, I love to take a good nap.
Yeah.
Maybe go to Waffle House before. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling.
Waffle House put you to sleep.
Yeah, with the waffles and
Waffles.
like I get the All-Star special with the eggs and bacon
Around
and
to sleep in Waffle House.
yeah, and then I get a waffle and then I'm like I'm good to go to bed now.
Yeah.
Take a shower.
So is that the day to day? Then it's managing other people's artistries.
Yeah.
Gigging.
Pretty much.
Waffle House. Repeat. Waffle House.
Pretty
Yeah.
well, not all the time, because like I said, and I know I keep on saying it. You got to treat yourself like you're an athlete.
Yeah, athletes.
Waffle House athletes don't eat Waffle House all the time, but even before, I mean, usually before I sing, I always say I have a sensitive body to things, so like I may have a rice cake. I don't have like fried food or anything. Like
Vietnamese goes crazy in New Orleans.
Vietnamese
Rice cake.
rice cake, is that Vietnamese?
I think so.
We'll say it's Vietnamese for podcast. Anyways,
Yeah.
or I sometimes I actually do get Vietnamese food because it's really like maybe some pho,
Yeah.
like just like help with my body, just have something
Pho
in
probably
me.
helps with singing.
Yeah, it does because it's like warm, like
Soul food.
yeah.
Pho's not soul food, but also getting soul food to help the soul. That soul food is actually like anti-soul. It's like
Well, it doesn't do well with my stomach.
That's
Let's
what I'm
just
saying.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You're not
It,
gonna perform good soul music off of soul food.
yeah, no. And so I try to eat a very healthy, well balanced diet before I sing. I don't drink. This is the bitch. I can't drink coffee
Yeah.
because of the caffeine. And so with the caffeine and like me, I'm not a happy camper when I don't have coffee or sleep. So I really have to
How much caffeine did you drink today?
just one cup. I'm very proud of myself.
That's good.
Yeah, usually I'll go like 2 or 3 cups, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's not healthy. Anyways, so yeah, I try to watch the caffeine. Maybe if I'm really tired, then I'll have a cup of coffee
Yeah.
with some water. I drink a lot of water. Like, look,
That's excellent.
I'm drinking water.
PJs, yeah.
Yeah, I went to PJ's before here. Anyways,
Almost got the coffee, went to water.
what's that?
Almost got the PJ's coffee, hit the water.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like in the drive-thru. I'm like, should I get a cup of coffee?
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Thanks, man.
Nice.
Appreciate it. And so, yeah, I mean, I really have to watch. Maybe I'll have some grapes, some fruit before I go on stage. Because it's like you're sweating. Like, after I do a gig, I'm sweating. Like,
Yeah. James Brown used to sweat.
yeah. If you're not sweating, you're not doing it right. That's my deal.
Yeah.
So, especially if you're doing a festival, we did a festival in like 85-degree weather. Talk about being soaked. Woo! It was wild. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, I wanted to say,
Thank you.
I wanted to say thank you for talking about mental health issues on your podcast in music.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've seen a few of your podcasts regarding like
Right.
mental health
Right.
and stuff like that.
I definitely agree. It's music.
Mhm.
I mean, nowadays it seems like it's everywhere, you know, in any industry that you pursue, just because of social media or not wanting to work. You know, it's like breaking into any industry, but music especially, just because, you know, you get backlash from the traditional ways, and it's a grind. I mean, you know better than me.
Yeah. No, the hustle. I mean, we're taught, and I think it's kind of toxic in the music industry from day one. They always talked about, oh, you gotta hustle. Oh, you gotta hustle. Gotta hustle. It's like a broken record player. You hear that all the time. That you have to grind, hustle. But there are times where you have to sit on the bench. You really do. Because it's going to wear you out.
Right.
You know? And so I had an ordeal a couple years ago where I was really grinding, and life has its ways, and I just
Pothole.
yeah. And it was bad. And it was a very toxic situation that I was in, and it's something I never want a young girl that is passionate about what they do, especially
Yeah.
of music, to go through. And I didn't leave my house for like a month after everything happened. But then finally I started getting back on my feet. Like I didn't do any gigs because tells you how your body works. I was on a gig with my guys. And like I told you before, I've been knowing my guys for 10 years now.
Gotcha. these are the guys.
These are my men, you know, like they're like my brothers. And so I'm on stage and Quincy, I'm like forgetting words. I'm forgetting keys to songs and I have perfect pitch. Like I don't forget stuff like that. Like for me, like singing especially with the sets we do, like it's so second nature. And so I was like I think since I'm a band leader, if I don't do my job, they can't do theirs.
Sure.
So I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I'm gonna have to take a break from singing and be on the bench, and that's okay. If you're a listener and you are an artist and you're having an issue with burnout, it's okay to sit on the bench. It's all right to get your bearings back.
I appreciate you for saying that.
Yeah, no, because I was like, it was at a point where I was just hitting my head on a wall.
Ooh,
Bow,
yeah.
bow, bow. But what happened with me was, I always made what I do part of my identity. And it goes back to like having like my personal life and then like my public life, like being in the music industry. The music industry life was my whole life. And I thought that is who I am as a person. And I learned through that experience it's not. And
That's awesome.
like I'm a daughter. You know, I'm a neighbor. I'm not just a musician. I'm not just a publicist. I'm a friend.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people, like, they wrap their identity around, oh, just being a musician. And yes, I am. But there's a time where you have to turn that switch on and off, like I've said already multiple times. And so, but what happened with me was, like, I could not get over what happened. And it was affecting my work, and it was becoming debilitating.
Yeah.
And I grew up with
How do you think you got over it? Sorry, what were you saying?
What's that?
How you got over it?
Oh, well, I had to go to therapy.
Really?
Yeah. And growing up, I grew up in like I don't want to say a conservative household, but I grew up in like, my parents are older. So they had that realization where, not realization, but that idea that if you go to therapy, that like you're crazy, like something's really wrong with you, like deal with it yourself. But there comes a time where, and maybe that's part of being from the South too.
I think so too.
You know, like we have that tough attitude, like, oh, suck it up.
Right.
You got to suck it up, you know,
Right.
but there comes a time where you can only suck it up so much,
Right.
you know? And so, yeah,
The times are different nowadays too, you know.
Oh yeah,
Can't
it's not
just
how it
think
used to
about it over
be.
some leaves or something. Yeah.
And so,
Nobody's raking anymore.
and it's a rough world, you know. I think we need to, you know, if you're really feeling down in the dumps or going through something, like it's okay to talk to someone,
Right.
you know. And so, but I really appreciate that you put that on your other podcast, like with mental health and stuff. That's really cool.
Thank you. No, it's like I said, I think it's much more prevalent nowadays. It absolutely is. You see therapists, the therapy culture is bigger than it's ever been. And it's just because there's just so much more stressors. You know, it's,
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it's also just a different time. Maybe there isn't more stressors. You know, maybe going through World War I was pretty stressful, but
yeah.
but maybe we're just soft. Probably the latter.
Or soft. Yeah. I get that a lot from my parents' generation. Like my dad's 70, my mom just turned 66.
Gotcha.
And so, cause they had me when they were in their 40s. And so I was going to say, they taught me to have that old school mentality. And I'm like, that's not healthy.
Yeah.
Like maybe you need therapy too.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, cool. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. What's the future plans like?
Future plans. Well, developing my business
Right.
more and more. I still want to keep it very small. Like I call it a boutique music marketing firm. But I want to keep it small. I am not ready to take on doing a festival like Coachella.
Would that be a next step for boutique marketing firm?
Absolutely not right now. You know, a lot of people think that, and also focus on my singing career as well. I think next year I want to start singing in different cities, Nashville, LA, New York.
Yeah.
And I think with me opening up my own business, the reason why I did it really was to focus on my singing, because like the 9 to 5s, number one, if you're a 9 to 5 in marketing, they want you to do everything under the sun. You're not just a marketing person. You do graphic design, you do email, you
end up marketing for PJ's Coffee more often than the company.
yeah.
You buying everybody coffee.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I didn't do all this work for that, you know?
Right.
I have a certain skill set,
Yeah.
and I have such a great network of people. I'm very blessed to have that. And I'm like, I'm just going to use it to my advantage. And but a thing that I've been getting is they're like, "Oh, so you open up your own business, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And people are like, "So are you just going to stop singing now?" And I'm like, "Where the hell did you get that from?"
That's what I thought.
Did you think that too?
Not that you were going to stop, but like somehow pursuing singing and your business, you know, it's tough being an entrepreneur, you know, and having 2 entrepreneurships is.
That's true. But however, I'm doing the PR, like my side, I don't want to say it's a side gig, but like with my business, like
Can't
I'm
treat it like a
using,
side gig.
what's that?
You can't half-ass it, you know.
That's true also, but I mean, like, I want to use the money that I make to like fund projects, like an album.
Right.
Because going to the studio, hey, that's not cheap, baby.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
You know, and
How
so,
much do you think you spend a month at the studio?
well, I haven't been to a studio in a long time because it's hideously expensive.
If you were going to the studio, how much would you spend a month? To the Marigny studio in New Orleans. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
I've recorded there.
You have?
Mhm.
It's a cool place. God, I don't know, like 1,200 if you want something good.
Right.
So that's a lot of money, you know. And I'm not signed with the label. Who's gonna fund that?
Right.
And so I really just want that flexibility and just to focus on my skill set. And so I guess to answer your question for future plans, like that's what I want to focus on, is to just.
Are your parents jiving with it?
They love that I did it.
That's good.
And it really is the best decision I've ever made.
Was it a leap of faith?
It was a leap of faith.
It was recent though.
Yeah, like this month. Beginning of August.
You're just now starting.
I literally did, but I've been getting clients left and right. A lot of them start next year, though.
Oh, gotcha.
They start in January.
Starting calendar year with the clients. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish we would have talked about that more. Yeah, when it comes to like finding clients, what's that like?
I mean, a lot of it has to do with like promoting on your end and getting yourself out there.
Right.
And word of mouth, too.
Yeah.
You know?
And then how do you negotiate? We're going to start in January at this price, etc.
I mean, for some reason, a lot of them have been saying we want to start at the beginning of the calendar year because they're already planning projects that they want to be promoted for the next year. And so I guess that's not I guess, but that is the reason why.
And you're just going to be remotely going through the list. Okay, we're working this band from 8 to 9 a.m., this band from 9 to 10 a.m., assessing the best way to promote them. Is that your job?
Pretty much. I mean, how I roll is like, let's say if you wanted me to promote you, I'm just saying. What I would do is depending on what your goals want to be, let's say if you're putting out an album, right? From there, I would like research what outlets would work best for you. And then we would have another meeting and I would make a plan.
Got it.
And then I pitch it to you.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, yeah. Or, oh, no, I don't like this. And then from there, we negotiate a price. And that's it.
Well, it's also terrific because you don't need a spot, like you're working from home. You know, it's
yeah. And like if I
overhead.
have a gig in New York, a singing gig
Right.
in New York, As long as I got my computer and phone, I'm good.
Yeah, you bring the briefcase with you.
Bring the briefcase, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Or
Well-
my backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, awesome stuff. Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss?
I think I'm good if you're good. Are
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah, it's a great
Cool.
talk.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. This has been so much fun. All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another
Thank you, guys.
episode Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Go catch Marigny in New York, LA, Jupiter. See you guys
All
in the
over
next
the
wave.
world. Bye.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.